fire, 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 fire. A honk of badonkers. Alright, let's look at the honkers. I will only listen if there's honkers on the screen.
What do I bring to the table? Excellent question. I am the table. What do I bring?
What? What does that even mean? That's a horrible analogy.
To the table. I am the table.
You are the table. What does that mean? Like you're the... but the table's like the relationship. Like what? Man, maybe I am retarded. I don't get it.
We're not looking for no more tables to sit at. Let me remind you that you are the table.
I am the table. The TikTok girls say this a lot. They've been saying it for years. What the hell are they talking about?
Yeah.
Are they saying that they want to be an object that you drop your shit on at the end of the day?
Yes. Drop money on me. This is good. What? Man, this is such a weird drawing. Like, where's your butt?
Well, no. Actually, what it means is, I deserve. So when they say, I am the table, what they think they're saying is, I deserve to be treated well by a man in a relationship. What they're actually saying, that most of them don't know about yet, is my relationship needs are not connected to my sense of self-awareness because I don't have one. Here is a depiction of somebody who does not know what she can fetch.
Oh, this is me. Sexy nerd. Except it's a dude. Remove the long hair and give me a bald spot. That's me.
On the market. She is the table. This attitude is more common than you would hope, leading to problems
Juicy
like demanding
princess.
too much, avoiding people who won't give it to you, leaving people who can't keep up, and then believing that your value goes up over time and wondering why you're not married. So first I'll explain what's going on in the culture and how value transaction works in relationships, and then I have a solution for you that I made these special pictures for. I'm an artist. I even updated my table. The younger generations have low self-awareness, but it's not just women. I get a lot of these guys in my comments too.
I'm an alpha male in my mind. Hero game? I mean, yeah. But I still take that over like, oh my god, I am the table. Yeah, I don't know. I am the alpha. You are the alpha, chat. I believe in you.
And you don't want to be one. The surprise I have for you later will help you develop self-awareness, which will also help you help women do it, but it's only a start. You have to keep learning, and nobody can take that away from you. If you're watching this video, hi, you probably enjoy what I do, and I would never be able to do it if I did not figure myself out first. And I could never do that without studying exactly the kind of content you find on short form. This video's sponsor. No one can read every book. I've got piles of them. I haven't even opened my own yet. So when I want to understand a book before I start...
Understanding Women, the book. The Book of Numbers, analyzing the ROI and the pursuit of women. Are you telling me women are mathematical? I don't believe that. Women are not mathematical. They're stupid. How do I know? I am one.
Before I start, I check it out on short form first. Short form is a library of book and article summaries that make it quick and easy to learn.
Stop
you
it.
can
What do you
pick
mean,
a recommendation.
stop?
This one looks appropriate. Read the main points in a few minutes. Here's a good one. Get the whole book if you want to, and come back and review later. When I made these note cards, it's
Women are a calculated risk. Women are a calculated risk investment. True! Truing and reeling!
took me weeks for each book. You can do it just by clicking. They did all the work for you. Short form is great for self-improvement and psychology. They publish new summaries every week and you can vote on which ones. And they even have podcasts and audiobooks for when you're working out or on the road.
The Book of Numbers one-page summary.
For a free
Oh man, the AI voice sucks though.
trial and 20% off, use my link in the video description. If you want to help turn these times around, you've got to have a strong mind. You've got to get better all the time. I should have drawn a brain here. You can bring that to the table. Anyway.
No, women don't want that. They don't want brain. They want big penis, big muscles, lots of money, and no kids.
How did we start talking about tables?
You
The
can't say that about a
popularity
woman,
of
though.
being the table comes from another one of these downward spirals, like in my situationship video, where I explained how when we changed the language about relationships, it changed all the rules, which degraded all the morality, which changed the rules again, and so on, until young women are now interpreting the behavior of young men as cruel, when actually they are mostly just protecting themselves from the nightmare that dating has become. But the table
And that's the percentage we were talking about. What is it, like 25% of all men ages between 18 to like 25 have never talked to a woman? Like, why would you? Why put yourself through the emotional turmoil? 45%! Oh my god. I was lowballing, I'm sorry.
spiral is not about blame, it's about entitlement. It's about deserving. It's all about the idea of what do I get from you without any idea of why would you want to give it? What do you get back? Like most of our problems, it starts with women's financial liberation, which means giving women more without...
Delululemon. I've seen this before, but it gets me every time. The little Starbucks coffee and the Lululemon. For those that don't know, they don't live in America. Lululemon is a famous like brand of like really overpriced like garbage clothing for women, and it's called Lululemon. Get it? The Lulu. Ha, very
asking
funny.
why. So now a lot of women have more, never mind why. And when they have more, they no longer respect men with less or even a similar amount. And when women don't respect you, then you are icky because now you...
And now that's become a thing for young women as well. Young women who are like 21 and they're really, really hot. And they see a guy that doesn't have a lot of money, but he might be hot and smart. And they're like, ah, you're not giving me enough money. That's not good enough. And you're just like, what the frick? Like, why can't we get into a relationship? But wait, I thought that growing together as people was like part of the, what is it called? The enticement of a relationship. But now it's like the opposite. It's too much work. I don't want to grow up with you. I don't want you to get into a career. I don't want to deal with it.
You don't have the power to do something for her that she could not do for herself. Very unimpressive. So men are no longer good enough unless they give more, even though they no longer have more, never mind why, which makes relationships expensive and risky for most men. That's why men are beginning to ask, what do you bring to the table? I bring art skills. I'm a sensitive genius. Men are saying, you want all this stuff from me, which costs me, and what do I get in return? Nothing? I get to watch you have it? Can I get a hug? So...
That's too much, no. You don't get nothing, not even sex. A crumb of sex, please? No, you didn't give me enough Starbucks. No. You didn't DoorDash me food today. I don't want that. No. 1 sex, please. No, that would be the equivalent of 6 Starbucks coffees. Yeah.
To review, making more money than me is attractive, so when men make more, it's easy to find one. But also, men should not make more money than me, never mind why, which means that few...
That makes no fucking sense to me. Bro, go to a... I'm sorry, I have to point this out. Bro, you need to go to a nail salon. You didn't get those cuticles sorted, mister. I see your hands a lot.
Of them are attractive, and when
I'm
we're
joking.
done with
They're
that,
fine,
then
surely.
where have all the good men gone? So what do you bring to the table means, why would I want to pay the cost of being in a relationship with you? I'm skeptical that this is worth it, because I've seen this happen to so many men, and they didn't even get anything on the way there.
My brother's best friend has been divorced like twice, and he's not even part of the problem. Well, okay, pause. Hold on. Let me dial that back. He is part of the problem because he picks bad women, but there's also a lot of bad women out there. He's been divorced twice. And he's like, what? Like 35, I think? Yeah. It's, kinda sucky. And then, they have to pay a lot of money in child support. And then it sucks because you're not, like, living life. And you're just kind of living. You're existing. Yeah.
Basically trying to avoid this.
Oh, wait, we've seen this before. I didn't even look at this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so bad. We saw this like a year ago or something. Clean throw up, BJ, vacuum car seats. Don't have to go to some annoying kid's birthday party. When you quantify and break this down into like transactions, it's not a relationship anymore. It should be like, hey, honey, I had a long day at work. It sucked. And then the lady is like, oh, my king, I will give you a BJ. And you're like, oh, geez, you don't have to do that. You have to play it up, by the way. Just by the way, this is like coaching. This is like coaching. Chat, you have to play it up. You have to be like, oh my god, my lady, my beautiful anime waifu. You have to be like, oh my god, you don't have to do that. And she'll be like, oh, my honey, please. Please, I will give you a BJ. Relationships should be transactional. No, and when you quantify this, well, again, I have to dial it back for a second. Relationships are transactional because you are offering a warm hole to the man, but he protects you and you protect his babies while he's at work. Like, it is transactional. It's just that putting this on paper makes it so gross and icky.
Trying to avoid this. If daddy does dishes, then he can have beer. Otherwise, he can't,
very weird.
because mommy's in charge.
No nagging for a week. How about you stop nagging, period, bitch? Yeah.
And I'll do a naked hula dance if...
What? Why don't you just do that normally? What? Why don't you do a naked hula dance because it's like you're attracted to your husband or something? Isn't the whole point? This is so weird. You can find this online for free. I'm not even talking about that part. It's just like kind of just crazy. That chart's worse than monetization in a Ubisoft game. Yeah, the battle pass for like hula naked dancing. That's what we really want, guys.
You change diapers, otherwise I won't. Imagine that's what she brings to the table for 10 years and then you lose your house. And that's not even the worst case scenario. So what?
And then she makes your kids hate you after the divorce. Many such cases.
Do you bring to the table is a reasonable question, but the TikTok girl response is just another trip down the spiral. Here's a fairly standard answer.
Y'all, where are the men that are just giving women money for just looking good and doing nothing? Because
no comment. No, Mayor. No comment.
I'm a lady. I don't bring anything to the table but myself.
And another.
This is what I bring. So, bronzer, powder, lip balm, hairbrush.
And if
okay, but like you could also be a VTuber and have none of that, and then you could probably do better. Just be nice. The famous words of Nina Kasaka is like, just be nice to men, and they will probably like you. I know, it's insane. Men don't care about makeup. That's not true. Some men do care about makeup, and that's fine. That's a preference thing. There's some people who hate makeup, but for the most part, men don't care about makeup that much.
Those girls were too subtle for you. This one should get the point across. The music really sells this one, but I can't post it. Also, she got POV wrong. There's the ever-popular dashboard monologue.
You know what you bring to the table, especially when you are the damn table, darling.
Okay, pause. The table implies you are supporting structure in the relationship. Even if we take the analogy far enough, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You can't do that. You can't say that you're the table when you do nothing.
Like, you do have a table. Don't ever let somebody make you feel like you don't have a table. You can choose to eat at other people's table, but you got a table too. You have the table.
There's Shira
That's
7,
dumb.
the sprinkle sprinkle lady, which means give me money.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you want a woman to bring something to the table, go to IHOP where you can tip her, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If I bring something to the
What the hell? What is she some? Hold on, shit. Does she have some sort of neurological disorder? There's people with Tourette's. I don't want to be mean. What if she has like Tourette's and I'm like being a bully? Yeah, sprinkle, sprinkle. Like, I'm sorry.
Taylor, you gonna be mad because it's gonna be another man.
And the memes
Sprinkle,
that
sprinkle.
follow.
What do you bring to the table, Miss Nothing? I'm not no waitress. And if I was, I'm putting extra food on that bill so you could give me extra.
And of course, endless advice.
If a man is asking you what you bring to the table, it's already an error. It's a problem. This is not.
It's a problem to ask what you bring forth to a relationship. You can have strengths and weaknesses. Like, maybe you suck at laundry and then, like, you're really great at cooking and, like, cleaning up. It's not that big a deal. Why are women... Here's my biggest issue. Why are women scared of having weaknesses? Like, I might not be able to lift, like, a massive garbage bag and, like, throw it into, like, a trash bin. And that's fine. That's called having self-awareness. You're allowed to have weaknesses. I don't know, you're the woman. I'm a weird woman! I'm autistic! I don't know! I don't interact with these people! I don't go on TikTok and, like, circle jerk, man! Alana, explain. I can't! It's impossible! I'm a VTuber. Wait, really autistic? I don't know anymore. I've never been diagnosed, but I've had thoughts.
Person you want to date, they're not looking to expand with somebody.
3 things you can tell about a man who asks what you bring to the table. Views relationships as transactional. He has unmet needs. He dehumanizes a partner.
They even made table templates.
Fear. Smelly cheeks. A bad thought.
I like her. I like some of them. Here's what everyone's getting wrong.
Smelly cheeks. That girl don't wipe. But some boys are into that.
Number one, some people think it's all about money, and it's not. And number two, it makes people who are dating treat each other like enemies. It's like a competition of who can take the most.
The gender war. That's what the bourgeoisie is doing, Chad. That's what they want. Yeah.
Advantage of who they're dating. So if what do you bring to the table
What a lovely
means,
painting.
how do I benefit from this relationship, or how are you adding to this relationship, then I am the table means I don't care. I'm doing me. Some of them haven't even thought about it.
I am only attracted to wealthy, generous men who provide for me. That's all I've ever dated in my entire life. It's all I ever would. I'd rather be single than split bills.
What are you bringing to the table besides your body?
You'd have to ask them.
So from your perspective, what do you bring?
Me.
So you don't know what you bring to the table?
I don't really give it that much consideration.
If you can't define yourself, I don't know, man. It's an insecurity issue. If you can't even define it, I don't know, man. You're not self-aware enough. That's emotional IQ that you don't have.
Essentially, you're just giving them sex, and in exchange, they're giving you money, and that's it?
Hopefully not.
Well, then what else is there?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
Do you see how...
Oh my god, what?
How mad she got? I don't know what's good about me. Now here are
That's
my...
gotta be a troll or something. Like, there's no way.
Yeah,
what?
Here's a sneak preview from my next levels video. The drawing's not done yet. This level 1 here would be her needs and what she wants. Level 2 would be realizing that others have needs and she has to negotiate.
Well, this is basically the survival needs, the hierarchy for survival, and how most people in the West are basically evolved to only care about 1 and 2 and maybe like 3, and then anything beyond that like is like whatever. People don't even reach that stage. He's basically elaborated into like he's expanded this into the relationship sphere.
Level 3 over here is understanding that she lives in a world where everyone is negotiating with everyone. It's not until level 4 that you get outside of yourself and think, what do I look like to others? How should we be negotiating? So I am the table is part of the maturity crisis. It's all deserving and no self-awareness.
Yes.
It's basically like a girl Peter Pan.
What do you bring to the table?
I'm not going to answer this question. I'm not going to answer how many books I've read.
What do you expect men to bring to the table?
But reading, you don't have to read books to be smart. Like, what? You mean it helps, but I seems what the hell? What? Why is it the first thought she had? I'm not gonna answer how many books I've read. It doesn't matter. Like, not that much anyway.
Table.
Integrity, clarity, consistency.
What is the female equivalent of that?
The same.
Then why wouldn't you just say that?
She wouldn't say it because she doesn't want to admit that what other people want matters. And the thing about that is,
that's so
other
selfish.
People don't agree.
You ask me what I bring to the table. I'm bringing myself. I'm
yes,
peaceful,
Black Queen.
I'm loving.
I love your hair.
Whoa, hang on a second. Did she just name things about herself?
I'm peaceful. I'm caring. I'm loving.
Wow.
So you might say those are things.
She popped off. She said something. You can't say that, Alana. What? Am I not allowed to compliment this black beautiful queen and say she has nice hair? She actually had some self-reflection
that she brings to the table, and she named them. You
Peace,
could try
love,
that.
okay.
This generation of women thinks that the table is all about money.
If you date and if you marry a what you bring to the table type of guy, you're going to be fighting over the toilet paper. You're going to be fighting over who bought the rice.
And
that's so weird. I feel like you... What? In what universe? What? That's so fucked up. If a guy or a woman does that to you, that's so bad. What? Who dates like that?
Yeah, money matters more than it
things
used
that never
to.
happened for
Never mind
$200.
why. But you're really killing this conversation before it even starts. People trade a lot of things in relationships, and that's really all relationships are. Trading things about you, whether you have to or you want to. Relationships are transactional. Some people don't like that word. They say things like, I don't want to be chosen for what I offer. I want someone to like me for the real me. But there is no real you. There's no
Zero
such
personality.
thing. What is the real you? Who are you? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever said it out loud?
No.
You'd have to name things about yourself, wouldn't you? And those could be anything. They could be features of your body. They could be how much money you have. They could be your views or your values. They could be a skill you have, a hobby you enjoy, a place you grew up, or just your dreams for the future. The things about you are who you are. Some of them can be changed and others not so much, and different people will like different things. There are things you know about yourself, things other people know about you, things everyone knows, and things that you haven't become yet.
This is deep.
But none of these things are just some magic ghost that can't be named. They're things that you can see and talk about. And the ones that can change usually start as thoughts, and then they become intentions, actions, habits, and eventually they become a part of who you are. And
I think that the people that are incapable of doing this kind of self-reflection are many. I don't know if Home Math, I would hope that Home Math understands that the vast majority of the population in the world, not just in America, I think this is like a very common thing. You do not go above like a level 1 or a 2 for the most part. People will just like exist, eat shit and sleep, and then just expect things to fall in their lap. Most people. Not all, most.
And people are complex. There's a lot in there to figure out. So if you want someone to like you for you, but you can't name what you is, you might be the table. Relationships are about knowing what you have to give and what you need, and also what you won't give and what you don't want, and then talking to someone else about what they have, what they need, and
well, we don't do that anymore. We just swipe, which is another point that he probably is going to bring up. People don't talk anymore about what they can bring. It's more like, oh, he's 6 foot? That's too short. I'm going to swipe right. Yeah.
they do and don't want.
It's gross.
That's the negotiation. And if you reach a deal, then you get to be happy forever. Just kidding. It's a constant negotiation. So it's not a flex to go, ha ha, you have to guess. It's just dumb and annoying. I once met a girl who didn't have any money. So I said, okay, I'll take care of you, but I need you to get a better job at some point and kick in for some of these bills. And she didn't do it, and that's why I don't know her anymore. I later
Good. I was about to say.
met another girl and I said, hey, I'm not doing that great right now. And she said, that's okay, I'll work through it. And then she didn't. Constant negotiation. How can you negotiate
ruthless.
if you don't know what you have to offer? What do you bring to the table does not always mean you pay half. Usually it just means, what is this gonna be like?
Future investment. What did the chatter say again? Women are a risk investment? I mean, there are men who are risk investment too. Yeah, absolutely. I heard stories of guys that got stuck in, like, playing video games for the rest of their freaking life, pretty much. Yeah, women, oh, they're a calculated risk? There we go. Yeah, women are a calculated fucking risk. A depreciating asset? Yeah, but they make babies, which are an appreciating asset. Like, they make babies. Oh, that's deep, actually. You know what? Women depreciate, but therefore, because they create babies, that means that they are appreciating, but only through the risk or through the asset of another thing. Yeah. You can love women or you can understand women. I don't understand women. Women are difficult.
Are you worth the risk of all this time and money and emotional damage? I don't know is not a great answer. What if you went to a dealership and the salesman said, hi there, ready to sign? And you said, can I know something about the car first? And he said, I know this car's value. This car is worth it. Wouldn't you just leave? What makes you any different? And I mean,
I don't think that... Someone said I have a bit of a bad take for the whole objectifying women to be baby makers, but I don't think that's wrong, because at the end of the day, women are for reproduction and so are men, but with how biology works, women do run out of eggs at like age 35. Yeah, like some obviously don't. I'm just saying there are outliers, but I'm just saying women do hit a wall, biologically speaking. It sucks, but it's true. You have a ticking time bomb, you know? Nah, I ain't no sperm machine. Yes, you are. 35 is increased risk. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not really in biology's best interest for a woman to give birth past 35. Yeah, I'm not saying... I'm getting into the weeds. Oh, objectifying women in that way, I could objectify men in the same way. Men have to be protector. If you're not big enough or you don't have enough money to protect me, you're not worth it in that way. Same with men that want to have babies. They're allowed to objectify women in that way, that maybe if you can't produce a baby and you really want a baby, that might be a deal breaker. It's not really that deep. I'm not trying to be like a misogynist or a misandrist. I'm just saying from an objective point of view, from a biological point of view, it's just how it is. Survival of the fittest. Yeah, like what are we really talking about here?
Here's some of you saying, people are not objects. Yeah, but you like some of them more than others,
exactly.
Right? And there are reasons for that, right? So then what are the reasons that people would or would not like you? A lot of people just don't know. And that's why I made something for you. It's a self-awareness exercise.
Wow.
There are some explanations to get you started, some drawings to help you visualize, and finally a worksheet where you can compare what you offer to what other people want.
This is nice.
So you can gauge how well things are working. You can use the table alone or with others. I designed it for dating, but you can use it for any relationship. Consult the table to get started.
The table
and you can get it for yourself or for someone who really needs to figure things out. The exercise will lead you through what the table is, new ways to think about who you are, choices you have to make a change, and a little story about me. So if you want to bring a little more to the table than myself, pick it up on my Patreon. We are not going to fix our problems by becoming more self-centered. If you want things to be better around you, you have to be what fits into those things.
This is very nice, actually. That's what we're really missing at the end of the day. We are pulling apart as a community, and it started around about in the 70s, where everything around us was about being selfish, and it really kicked off in, like, probably I would say the 2000s. It took a long time. It took like decades, obviously, but it is unironically how it's devolved. We are very self-centered.
Taking a look in the mirror is a great first step.
Yeah, we are very individualistic. Yeah, we're doomed. No, we're not. Come on, be the change you want to see, chat. Even if it means you have to give up something that is an addiction or something. I don't know. Maybe you really like Big Macs like me and you can't help yourself. Maybe reduce it down from 10 Big Macs to 8 Big Macs, you know? One step at a time. Go for a walk. We've always been doomed. Oh, come on. Chat, it's not that bad, I swear. Who brings gooning to the table? Ah, yes, my lady! I bring gooning to the table. That'll be real helpful. It's like, whoa.